Hello, I am Dr.A.NAGALAXMI, Assistant Professor in Department of Commerce with Finance in Dr. S.N.S. College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, Coimbatore. I am here to explain a concept called as anti-competitive agreements under Section 6 of Competition Act. Anti-competitive agreements means any agreement for goods or services which has appreciable adverse effect on competition in India is prohibited. These kinds of agreements are known as anti-competitive agreements. So an agreement which have appreciable adverse effect on competition in India is prohibited by Competition Act under Section 3. Section 3 of the Act states that no enterprise shall enter into any agreement with respect to production, supply, distribution, storage, acquisition, or control of goods or provisions of service which is anti-competitive, is prohibited and void. So, the Act is giving the first regulation. The second one, such agreement may cause or likely to cause appreciable adverse effect on competition AAEC in a relevant market in India. Categories of anti-competitive agreement. Anti-competitive agreement under competition law are broadly classified into two categories. One is anti-competitive horizontal agreement, anti-competitive vertical agreement. These are the categories of anti-competitive agreement. We should know what is meant by anti-competitive horizontal agreement. It means those agreements entered between the parties on enterprise engaged in identical or similar trade of goods or services. For example, agreement between manufacturers, agreement between distributors. When enterprise collude amongst each other to distort competition in the market, such agreement is presumed to have an appreciable adverse effect on competition and thus it shall be void. The following four categories of such agreement among competitors are pursued to have appreciable adverse effect on competition. Agreement to fix prices, agreement to limit production or supply, agreement to allocate markets, bid rigging or collusive bidding. So if the manufacturers or among the distributors, they come into an agreement like to fix the prices, to limit the production or supply, to allocate markets, bid rigging or conclusive bidding, it is said to be appreciable adverse effect on competition and this agreement is said to be a void one. The next one is vertical agreement. Vertical agreement means are those agreements which are entered into by enterprise at different stages or levels of production, distribution, supply, storage, etc., or operating at different levels of manufacturing and distribution process. Such vertical restraints include tie-in agreement, exclusive supply or distribution agreement, refusal to deal, and resale price maintenance. So, these are the four vertical restraints which shall be listed as anti-competitive vertical agreement which shall be void. So, Competitive agreement is classified into two categories. One is anti-competitive horizontal agreement and anti-competitive vertical agreement. Thank you for your patience listening.